Darko here again. Welcome back to FTB Unleashed. We're going to get on with the Dartcraft stuff in just a minute. I've got a couple of other little things to show you as well, such as how this actually should work with the, what do you call it, the aspect sync thing. But first of all, I just want to set up a quarry. Now, I didn't use a quarry in this series because I wasn't going to use it for getting resources, and I still kind of am, but I don't want to clear this area out, so I'm actually using a quarry actually for building purposes. So it's the easiest way of doing this. I might as well, in theory, I suppose I could have used a filler and wasted a lot of material. So if I'm doing it anyway, I might as well get the materials. So if you look at this, is the actual edge of the boundary, edge of the chunks. I'm taking a 4x4 chunk space here, and I want to make it hollow. So we're going to clear that out. I want to get this started now because this is for the stream later on today. Of course, this episode you will see after the stream was done, but not before the stream goes on the YouTube. That makes sense. So if you were watching the stream, then this hopefully is cleared out in time. Still collects my landmarks because I'm tight. And the way I'm just going to power this is the easiest way possible. It's a bit wasty, but I'm going to put in the chest on top that I'll put the things into my sorting system, and I'm going to use a liquid energy tesseract. First time I've used these in this series, I think. I'm just going to bang him on there. Give him a frequency. Let's see if I've got any frequencies. Well, there's none in. No, look, first time I've used it. Yeah, none in public or private. So first time I've used tesseract in this series. One quarry. There we go, and that's going to be receive, and then it's going to stick quarry up at the other end here. Where where is this going to go actually? We want to connect the power down in the engine room. I don't know why I came a bit along with it. Oh, I've been messing around. I put some of these in. Don't know if it's going to do the FPS in even more. I've just got these are just conveyor belts from Manufacturer Reloaded. I just like them. I had them in my Ultimate series. It was kind of cool, so I threw some of them in. Should we go this side, or should we go just connect to the grid? Let's just. This is temporary, so let's just connect it to the power grid. So it can go anywhere, really. There will do. And that's a quarry. There's some carpentry work going on next door, so if you can hear like a power saw, I apologise. That's the neighbours getting some work done. So that should start our quarry up. Now, how the hell do I get out from here? Don't even know where on my own base. Up there. Up there. So I'll quickly sleep, and then I'll go sort that quarry out. And I'm back in a bit, and we'll get on with the Dartcraft. Hello again then. So now it's the next day since you last saw me. I got all this ready for the stream, did the stream yesterday, and I'll show you that later on in the episode. So we'll cover that in a bit of detail. I want to get on with the Dartcraft though, which we was doing last episode, so we're going to carry on from there. So if you head back down here, a couple of people sent me messages that you can, I think, is it shift right click to get enchants off stuff. I did try it again and I turned the sword into a force shard again, so I think I did it wrong. Anyway, let's carry on then. So we did level, what did we do? We did level 2, where our force infuser is up to level 3, and we've covered all the enchants up to level 2, which was the last one we did was the experience one, so we're up to the bottles of enchanting one. So next one is level 3. Level 3, tier 3 that is spider eyes. Let me just get rid of this. Just killed a wisp and got a shard of minium and a wispy essence that I can throw in there for now, so we don't get confused with them. So yep, spider eyes, arrows, tears or gas tears. Well, I've bought both there, but I'm just going to use them tears up because I'll save my gas tears. Not that, I mean, I've got like 5,000, so I don't need to, but you know. And cobwebs, yeah. So that's the 4 things that tier 3 offers us. Now, these are actually, some of these are pretty cool. Let's mess around with. First of all, let's go with a sword. Yeah, let's go with a sword. So if we put a sword in here, is that enchanted already? No. Why you not let me put you in? That's odd. This is being enchanted and I've disenchanted it and it's not having it. Make a fresh sword, see if that's the case. If that is the case, well, now I'm confused already. Let's make a fresh sword and see if that was what the issue was there. I don't know what these things do yet ever, by the way. We made them last time, didn't we? Upgrade cards, not sure what they do yet. We'll find out, I'm sure, later down the list. No, will you work? That will work. So that's possibly one that I scrubbed the enchants off with the spellbinding thing from Tinkerer. So we might have to check that out further later on. So what we can do with this, our first thing here, this is called Bane, and what this does, it can suppress the effects that mobs do. So for example, if I hit a creeper with this, with a sword with Bane on, the creeper shouldn't be able to explode. If I hit Enderman, the Enderman shouldn't be able to teleport. Kind of cool. And then Arrow adds bleeding. So what if we add 1, 2, 3? Let's only do 3, can't we? So if I add 1 Bane, 3 arrows, bleed stacks, 4 sword, bleeding. I think it can stack up to 3. So we'll try that. Let's have a go with that. So let's see how many points this gets us as well. So we're getting 2 new things and a sword. So let's see, from 380 we're going to get to. See, they're getting quite a bit longer each time we do something now. 380. It's going to take us to 480. So that gives 100 points, which is quite nice. So we're still 120 away from the next tier. That's cool. So look at that. Yeah, we've got Bane and Bleeding 3. So the key now, I guess, is to hope we don't crash going through there. I need to update where my Mistcraft books are, really. That's the new base. Let's quickly go to the end. Are you the end? You are the end. Wonderful. So now, if I clip one of these Endermen, you shouldn't be able to teleport. And he's seeing bleeding to death. I'm looking right at him. He ain't teleporting. There we go. So that works quite nice, I think. So there's some options you've got there: bleeding and Bane. Nice. So we'll head back, as we've got a lot to get through. Whee! Doink. As seen on the stream, if you watch the stream video that I'll put out on probably Saturday, I do crash occasionally coming through that portal, which was a bit unfortunate mid-stream because it made the stream go down. Never mind. So I don't know if you've downloaded my world, but that does crash for me now and again. Don't know if it does for anyone else. So we'll put the sword away for now. The next thing in this, we need a new blaze rod for. So let's make ourselves. Oh, we've got one there. We'll use that one for now. Fresh blaze rod. What we can do with this is blaze rod in here, 2 of these tiers, and we can make this into what's called a healing rod. Now this isn't going to work here because I've got reading anyway. I've got my hearts back, by the way. I died in the stream yesterday. I went to 5 deaths. I was trying to explain what the heart canisters do, so I jumped into the air, took my armour off and fell, and I actually fell too far and died. But after that, my hearts weren't coming back on, but they're back on now, so I must have missed them coming back up. But if you didn't know, I've got a thing called the heart canisters from Tinker's Constructs. That means they're orange instead of red. I've actually got 20 hearts, not 10. So normally you only have 10 hearts, I've got 20 there. So I thought I've got a lot of ability to take damage. There we go, Rod of Restoration of what I've done here. Now I'm not going to be able to tell this because, like I said, I've got let's sleep. I've actually got regen on because of the beacon on top of my base. Let's just go out of range of that. Let that wear off. And then what I should be able to do here is right click that, and it's giving me a bit of regen too. So I think you get, it's 18 charges it says, up to 18 seconds it says. Okay. The rod turns into a rod of healing that will add 5 seconds of regen on each use up to 18 seconds. So I could click that a bit. Thanks. I could click that a few times and you get more than 5 seconds. So you see that I must have got like 20 seconds worth then. Creeper damaging my landscape. Cheeky bastard. Hang on, let's repair this quickly. Boop, 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 boop. At least repair it fully because I'm sure he's giving us less bricks back than we had. Oh no, look at that. That must be something to do with creeper collateral, that he didn't actually destroy any blocks then, he just blew them up. Maybe. There we go. There's some more there. I've got that sword on me still. No, put it away. Could have tested D. Let's try and get that sword, see if they may despawn, but we'll have a quick look. Let's get that bane sword again. Come here, you. Let's see if we can stop them guys exploding, see if that works. No, I've gone out. Oh no, there's one. Come here, you. Clip. Clip. Yeah, no exploding there, was he? Wonderful. Good to know, good to know. So, there we go. Force rod of healing and bane bleeding sword. Very useful. Rod can go there. Next up, the last thing in tier 3. So, how far are we off tier 4 here? 70 points. Last thing in tier 3 is Cobweb, and that adds Silk Touch, which is pretty cool. That can work on an axe or a shovel or a pick. Yeah, so we can add Silk Touch to this. No, I wanted Silk Touch. What did I want it on? I've got it on my axe there. I might as well put it on a pick. We haven't got a pick there, have we? Oh, something else I wanted to show you, by the way. Look at that. This pick we made before with grinding and heat. If you look at cobblestone, because it's got grinding and heat, cobble gets ground into sand, heat turns sand into glass. So with this cobblestone gets turned directly gets turned directly into glass. Cobble straight into glass. Kind of funky, isn't it? Kind of funky. That's why I just left that in there to show you. You can go over there. Let's make another pick. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of some stuff here. Keep enderpearl and glass into there. Barley seeds can go in the bin just for now. So don't clog things up. So yeah, there's spider eyes done then, and arrows and tears, all very good. Cobwebs, this adds the method of creating cobwebs. Just if you don't know, to get cobwebs usually you need to add Silk Touch from a enchanting book onto shears. That's that works in vanilla. That's a vanilla thing, that. So you can get cobwebs from abandoned mines and such like, but with Dartcraft you also get a recipe for it. String around a slime ball. That lets you craft these cobwebs. So what do I want on this? Silk Touch. Let's have Silk Touch and Fortune 3 here. I've got 4 things. Only 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So Silk Touch and Fortune 3. What was Fortune again? Fortune cookies, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3. So let's eat 3 of these guys. Nom nom nom. And let's read these. Equivalence is a lie. E2 definitely weren't very equivalent. I'm a big fan of flapjacks, I won't lie. I do like a flapjack or two. They certainly are. They certainly are worth appendages to get caught. Very good. Okay, so force pickaxe, cobweb, 1, 2, 3 of the fortunes from a fortune cookies. It's going to get us a nice Fortune 3 Silk Touch pick. You can see it starts getting very powerful. It'd be nice if it told me how much power and force it was using, just so I had some kind of indication. Because I've just got it connected, I suppose I could just disconnect that, couldn't I? Let's Let's disconnect that. I think that's my brother-in-law with my nephew here, but hopefully my doesn't need any help just now. People always making noise when I'm recording here. So come on. So we've got Silk Touch 1 Fortune 3 pickaxe. That's just a nice pick, that, isn't it? So you can start making, as you can see, you can start making nice things like this. And we need 5 points. Son of a bitch. So we're pretty close there. What can I infuse to get more points then? Oh, we've got this thing as well, by the way, Force Belt. I don't actually know what it does yet. I'm going to have to... Well, I said I don't know what it does. I kind of know what it does. It's got slots in it. Oops. It's got slots in it that I think if you put if you put Dartcraft items in it, you can actually access them. I think by pressing. Oh no. In fact, I don't know how it works yet. I'll check the wiki and see how that works. So I have to come back to that. So I'm 5 points. So I need to make a couple more things then, don't I? In there. What have we done? So we've done most things, haven't we? I can make my bag one bigger, I think, because we did that at level 3. This has got loads of stuff in now, by the way. We tried making a little thing yesterday on the stream. Didn't quite work as intended. But we've got some item cards in there. Item cards. There we go. Nice and easy. And what we've put in the item cards is, in that one, it's got a bucket of lava and an empty bucket. And if you right click them, you can set them to down or up. So that means if this is on my bar, it should collect some from my inventory. And then actually in the bag we put loads of buckets of lava to test it. What I was trying to do was I was trying to get a method of getting multiple buckets of lava on my bar without having to have loads of buckets of lava, but it didn't quite work. We're close to getting that working. I just didn't have it quite right. I think that was my fault for not getting it quite right, of course. Let's. Oops. What did I do there? That was weird. I clicked on the chest with the bag and it didn't open. I'm not sure what that was about. But one thing we can do, I don't know if emptying this makes a difference. But yeah, they're pretty cool. So them you can open them up, you can set things, you can change things, so as you can see there, or I can get rid of them totally. I don't know if I wanted to though. Do I want to get rid of that totally? No, because I want to try that again at some point, so I'll put an empty bucket back in there. Boop, and we want that to be right click to up. You can also shift right click that and you can change the name of it. So you can see that one is actually called lava. And there you go, in your force pack, and that'll determine what your force pack can hold. But we'll take them out for now and we'll put them in there with them. And we'll come back to that at a later date. That can go in there as well. Loads of lava buckets. Oops. There we go, that back in there, and so now, yeah, we've got this. It's got 1, 2, 3. So we should be able to add another tier to this now. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 open. Is that correct? So that was a force flask. That adds to that. Of course, force flask was just glass around a nugget, a force nugget. So are you gonna? No, okay, we can't upgrade that yet. Tier 3, so we must be at our total for that already. So okay, that's no good. Well, quickly then, let me quickly make some. Force shears. See what this gets us. Force shears, and I did the rainbow to that already. Nice, they're rainbow, aren't they? Let's add silk touch to some force shears. What did I add rainbow with? Lapis. Might as well add lapis as well. And why not? Let's add some fortune to it. Let's see if this works. Let's give it fortune 2. Fortune 2 seems a bit of a waste when you can go fortune 3. In fact, screw the lapis. Let's have fortune 3 on these as well. That's going to get us loads of Loads of feathers and stuff from chickens. Of course, 4 shears you can use on cows and chickens as well. Quick wheel of these again. Put me back in. That's how I feel sometimes. Oops, same one twice. Unless I misclicked. The pit does burn. Let's just double check that. I think it was the same one. Oh no, debug cookie. Nice. So, will this give us... Oh no, it won't. Okay. So that don't work. We can't add silk touch to 4 shears. We can add fortune, so I might as well have lapis then. So, come on, give us the 5 points we want. There you can see as the points start getting higher, you maybe start need to do more stuff. I'm holding off doing armour until I'm level 7, but I might have to do it at level 6 just to do it, if you know what I mean. There, you can go back. You want to be there. There we go. So how much power is this using? That's reasonable. So there we go. Look, 3 rainbow shears. Now these these 4 shears, by the way, you can. It's night time again. It's always fucking night time. There's no need to swear then. I apologise. Let's go find a cow. Or a chicken. Must be some animals around here. There we go. So 4 shears you can in fact use on cows. Boop. And it becomes a cold cow with no fur, no leather. I don't know how that works. It looks like a skinned cow to me, but not gonna be too leather. And same with chickens. So in theory, you could set up a captive chicken with one of these 4 shears, and I've got any chickens around here. Can you shave a dog? I best not. I'll get Peter on my back. There's a sheep. Let's have some multicoloured wool, please, sheep. Boop. So that got us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I reckon the look definitely worked on the wool there, didn't it? So we've got 5 wool from 1 sheep there. That's interesting. Okay, let's go back. This takes quite a long time. I apologise. This is getting a bit long. Did that get us our next tier? Did. Cool. So we're on tier 4 now. Excellent. So that means we should be able to add to our bag now, can we? We can, look. So because we're tier 4 we can add another force flask. We shouldn't be able to add 2, but we'll double check. Oh. No, the light's gone out, look. There we go. So we can add 1 more, so we'll do that. This gets us a couple more points. So now our force pack should have 4 tiers in it. And it has. Wonderful. Yeah, look on shears. Now, there's a thing that I'm going to show you that we made from Found with Tinkerer in the stream for the Cobble generator, called a tool dynamism tablet that you can put shears in, and you can have it so it's just auto shearing a cow, shearing a sheep, or getting chicken feathers off a chicken using this method. I've got like 8,000 wool, so I'm actually just going to bin all this for the sake of keeping my inventory tidy. So right, tier 4 then. Let's head on to tier 4. Tier 4, RE battery, useful. Potion of night vision, also useful. Soul wafers, we'll have to get to that. And feathers, yeah, that's quite complex, the feather bit. So we might have to do some armour stuff here. So first one, easy one. Let's get a bit of armour. I'm going to use force tunic. Upgrade cores. So this is the first mention I've seen of upgrade cores. When socketed into force armour, each piece with a wing will increase the maximum amount of wing power the player has by 100%. So what we can do with this is, first of all, let's put on an RE battery. So you can see you can put an RE battery onto force armor. What that's going to add is it's going to add the ability to charge this force armor using IC2 power. And what we can also add is a feather. What that does, it adds a thing called wing. So you see the battery adds charge. Feather adds a thing called wing. This seems quite complicated. You can add it onto a sword and you can add it onto armor. And you can add it onto upgrade cores, apparently. Let's try that. Do I actually need to put that onto there? So yeah, look, I can add that onto upgrade cores. Can I add more than one? 5 wings there. I don't think it's stacked. I'm not sure if it stacks on the same thing. But, tell you what, I'll cut the camera. I'll have a quick look, read about what upgrade cores do, and I'll be back in a little while. And I'm back. I've been doing a little bit of learning off camera, and the video's up to about 26 minutes, so I think we're not too deep into this yet. I may do some of the higher tiers this in a third video, just to break things up a little bit. I've learnt what the cores are for. Now I've made a core there. I put a core in, and I put a bit of. I actually used golden power source, which is a cooked force log. I think it worked with coal. Now I've looked on the forum, the actual Dartcraft forum thing, and there's a couple of things on there that aren't on my wiki list, like this thing here, craft log. There's some things that don't seem to be in game yet, like powdered glass and some of the stuff. Snow cookie, for example. So I think there's new stuff in there, but there's this craft one that I've not seen on the list that I've got on the wiki here. So I'll add that stuff in a minute. These upgrade cores are for the power tools. So the power drill here, if you shift right click your power drill, you open it up and you see it's got 3 sockets in it. So these sockets are for upgrade cores. So what we can do is, not sure what else can be added to it, to be honest, but it says that if you go for a speed core, don't go over 2, because each speed, it increases the speed of the tool, but it also increases the power consumption. So going over 2 is not recommended, because it says it'll use too much power. So come on, boop. Core of speed. Can we get a silk touch core? I wonder. Let's try that. Don't know if we can. Oh, we can. Cool. There we go then. So that'll give us 3 cores to put onto this power drill. Core of silk touch. Cool. Now if we open this, can we add these? Core of speed, heat core, core of silk touch. There we go. So that's how you upgrade your power tools. So that power tool now is a silk touch speed 2 heat power drill. Let's grab something that we can. I don't know if it actually works well together, but you know, silk touch and heat. Does that make any sense? So I'll quickly just go through Cobble. Pretty quick, and it turned it into stone, which is silk touched, isn't it? We also tried to cook it. I saw the heat thing. So when we put bad cores on that, can you take them back out? No, you can't. Okay, but you can. Oh, but delete. Okay then. So you can take them back out, but it deletes the core because the core's gone. Look. You can right click them to get them back out, so that's quite useful. So there you go, you can do some funky things with weapons and upgrade cores. There's that thing. The other thing I learned was the utility belt, which I renamed. You can rename it by right clicking. You can also colour these. Colour, save, there we go. So you can have different coloured ones. What you can do with this, certain things can go in these, and if you use your number keys, your hotkeys, not on your number pad, doesn't seem to be working. Okay, I may be doing that wrong. If we look in there, I've got a rod of holding, rod of restoration, some empty force flasks, and my force pack in there. Apparently, if you hit the right number, on your number pad, which I am doing, but it seems to be working, you can access them things directly, so they'll move the thing onto your hotbar. I wonder if I need to not be touching it. Or do I need an empty hand? Let's have a look. You an empty hand? No, so I don't know what's going on there. I still don't quite understand that then. You can access these things directly from using the numbers on your number pad. So that's good to know. I have to mouse over it. No, that makes no sense either. Never mind, never mind. So there you go, utility belt. You can hold, so you could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So pressing 9 won't do this damn thing. Try pressing 8. No, still ain't doing that. So you can have quick access to your different rods and stuff in there. That's what I just made some golden power source. 5k EU. Now what does a bit of wood do? A bit of coal EU. What's that? 4k EU. Okay, so and that golden power source is just a force log cooked. So the force log is only 750 EU. If you cook it into a golden power source, it gives you 5k. So that's maybe a bit overpowered as well, as people like to say about Dartcraft quite a lot. I left this fortune cookie out because I thought Party Rocker might like it. Creepers were originally from Doctor Who. Because he is a Whovian, of course, my #1 fan. I made them fortune cookies. I ate some, the 9 that I had left, just so I had them out there. That was the best of the ones that was left there. So next thing to get on with then is let's do this then. This is going to be a bit of a waste of materials, but I'm going to put on wing and okay, that won't go in there. Okay, craft doesn't go in there. I wonder what craft can actually go on then. I have to work out what craft can actually go on. What if it's a force rod? So I met this. This is just going to be a throwaway one. So it's going to have RE charge and RE battery and wing. So it adds 10,000 charge per item instead of durability. And you can stack up to 5 RE batteries into this. So you can have up to 50k. So let's see how this turns out. First of all, let's see, up to 775. And we've got a light tunic with wing on it. And you see it's got 10,000, so it's got no durability now. So will this charge up in here? Yep, there we go. So we've got durability instead of we've got charge instead of durability, much like any electric armour. And it's got a wing on it, which I still don't understand properly. There's quite a lot to do about wing. Yeah, wing's flying, but I'm not really sure it works, and I'm probably not going to use it enough to really be bothered how it works, if I'm being perfectly honest. Let's try getting these enchants off again. I'm going to throw you on the floor, and then I'm going to throw you on the floor again, because I picked you back up. I'm going to shift right click you with a wand. Ah, that worked. So shift right click, got the RE battery back out. So that was what I was just right clicking before. I think you have to shift right click. Now can that be imbued again? Oh, it can. Okay. That's to be empty though. Also good to know. Let's sling you in out of the way. Right, so what's left with... Okay, night vision then. So we'll make another force rod. And a nugget. Boop. What we can do with this is a force rod with a potion of night vision. I'll stop that while it's going. No, I can't. I think only one goes on there. Oh yeah, it's just one yet. So we've got a rod of vision. If we right click that, it's giving us 1 minute night vision per charge. That's also pretty useful. And that can go again. That can go into there. With them, I guess the force rod can go in there as well. Yeah. So you can get a big collection of rods in there. We'll keep the force rod out for now though. And then this other thing is for this tier. is soul. Now soul requires soul wafers. Soul wafer, there we go. A soul wafer needs bottles of entities. Oh, I see, bottle of entities. So we've got a bottled cow here. Will that work? We bottled a cow earlier, didn't we? Last episode. If I cook this bottled cow, we've got one soul wafer. Soul wafer. And what we can do with that then is let us. Should I get some more of these? Let's go bottle some more cows up. Back in a minute, I'll go bottle 4 more cows up. So I want 5 of these things. Here we are then, back then, and I've got 5 soul wafers. And what I want to do now is grab a sword. Was that the sword that won't go in there? Maybe that sword that won't fit. Okay, let me try something now then. Let me try, just out of interest, try shift right clicking that. Well, look, shift right click 10 into a 4 shard, never mind. Yeah. Science. Let's make another sword then. Sword. Forgot to make a sword for a second. That one's got stuff on it. What's that one got on it? Oh, that's my Bane and Bleeding one, of course. Back you go. Back you go. 4 swords. So when I went and used the rod of holding, I captured 2 pigs and 2 cows, and it automatically took these out of the force utility belt, so that's quite useful. In fact, it takes them out of there, rather than having to have them in your bar. So 4 sword. Now what we can do is, it should stack up to 5, and it does. So because we're tier 4 now, we've got 5 slots open to us. Oh, we can add another thing to our force pack as well, can't we? Let's do that as well. But this is taking quite a bit longer now, as you can see, as we get higher and higher. Now what I think I'm going to finish off this part of the episode, and we've got tier 5, 6 and 7 still to go. So I'll see how close this gets us to, we're getting quite close actually, aren't we? So how close this gets us to tier 5. And then tier 5, 6 and 7 I'll do next episode. I may have to do some levelling at some point off camera, I'm not sure. It seems to be increasing quite well though. You get more points as the tiers go up, it seems. So there we go. I need to actually get another 145, and I've done everything I think there is in this tier. Yeah, I have charge, sight, soul and wing. So what we've got there is, look at that, Soul Stealer 5 sword. It's alright, isn't it? So Soul Stealer 5 there for filling up soul shards. So with a soul shard in your inventory, which I've got somewhere. Are you in there? No, I don't know. I've got one somewhere. There's some. So soul shard, you get 1 soul per kill normally. With that, you'd get 6 per kill. So instead of having to get 1024, you'd need like 200 odd. Less than it. 100 and some odd. So that's very useful, being able to make a soul shard, a soul stealer 5 sword. So there you go. That's what the last one does. So right, so I think I need to do is with stuff we've already done, I need to get this up to level 5 to move on any further. So I'll have a play with that off camera after I finish the episode, and we'll come back to this a bit later on then, next episode. So all this stuff can go in there. You can go there for making more bits of armour if we need it. You can go there. You guys can go. Oh, let's upgrade that while we can. No, can't upgrade it yet. That says holding. Why does that say holding? Oh right, I know why. Okay, I thought I'd be able to upgrade that now. Well, it looks like I cannot. But never mind, no big deal. Let's put you back in there. You can go in there as well, Mr. Force Rod. And you can go up there. So there we go. That's the bit of Dartcraft for this episode. So we're up to nearly tier 5. So tier 5, 6 and 7 to go. And we haven't done much with the armour yet, but we'll make a wicked set of armour when we finish. and we'll punch a wither with it and apparently get almost a stack of wither nether stars from one kill. So we'll test that as a final thing. Right, I'm going to go show you this then for the last bit of the episode. We're up to like nearly 40 odd minutes anyway, so I want to be pretty quick with this. So you saw me set up a quarry yesterday. I quarried this area out. I've made all the walls black cobble so it's tidy. Made the floor black force brick, which I don't particularly like the look of now, but we've got to remember that this doesn't allow mob spawn on it, so it's still very useful to have. I've done this at level 16, if you see on my mini map. Level 16, the top level of this is level 64. So this is 4 chunks by 4 chunks by 3 chunks. It's actually by 4 chunks because we actually can go right down to bedrock, but because of the void fog and stuff, there we go, look. I might do something down here as well, but for now I'll just floored that off at 16 so we don't have to deal with the void fog. So yeah, 4 by 4 by 3, and in this we are going to create a massive monstrous set of igneous extruders. Now this is how we've been doing the igneous extruders. We work this out in the stream between us. I've got this thing here, it's called a tool dynamism tablet from Farmit Tinkerer. You can put an item in there, you can have it, make it left or right click. So in this case, if we put an igneous extruder in there, a right click will place it on a block in front of it, which is the block there. This redstone clock is just giving that a redstone signal, so it keeps going. Otherwise you have to have something stood in front of it. So what happens is it places the igneous extruder there, which then, because it's got these ender tanks here set to output, we'll put some lava and water into the igneous extruder, because of course an igneous extruder needs water and lava in it to make cobblestone. So that'll put some in there, and then with a force wrench I pick that up, and that'll pick that up while keeping the lava and water in it. Make sense? So we'll just show you. And then this thing here, if we wait for this light to light up, what I've set is I've just got a cobblestone structure pipe there with a gate on it, set that inventory full equals redstone signal. So what that does is when it gets a bit of cobblestone in it, that sets that trigger off, which turns this light on. So I know that when the light comes on, there's enough water and lava in there to produce cobble because it's made one. Because before we wrote this, I was sometimes doing it a bit too quick, and we was having it so that some of the ones over there didn't have enough water and lava in, so they weren't actually producing. So I was having to check them all once I'd placed them. Doing this, it takes a little bit longer, but I get confirmation that it's got enough water and lava in. So I know that it's going to keep producing for me, so I don't have to check it once I've placed it. Make sense? I hope that makes sense. This little thing here, it seems a bit slow, but honestly it's miles quicker than having to add water and lava over there, because doing it over there means having to keep refilling buckets of water and lava for each one, and the sheer amount of igneous extruders I'm using here is ridiculous. So I'm just going to use these, fill these 16 up. It'll take a little bit of time. There we go. So we've got 16 there now. So the ones that have got the same amount of water and lava in stack as well, which is quite funky. Unfortunately, to pick them up with a force wrench, it's shift right click, so we can't actually use this to pick them up. If it was just right click to pick them up, we could actually have it so that we had one of these here as well that would actually pick them up for us as well, but unfortunately that don't work. Tried seeing if a filler could place these as well, and a filler will place a normal igneous extruder, but it won't place a force wrenched one, so that was not an option. So anyway, let's get these 16 placed, and then what we've got here is a 8 by 8 by 8 cube, which is of course 512 igneous extruders in a cube, which is pretty ridiculous. I turned that round since the stream yesterday just so I can actually, you can wrench these wrong, but they don't always wrench properly, so I've done it so that the facing style is actually all the front, so we can actually see the fact that these are lit up is proving that the cobblestone is getting taken out. If this got full, then these go dark and they can't do anymore. So what we've got taken out of here, we've got a little ME network, a little separate ME network set up here, which I've actually changed a bit since the live stream as well. I've got 2 routers on here. One router was doing it, but I put 2 on there just to make it a bit more rapid, really. But one when I tested this, the router didn't reach all the way, but looking at it yesterday, the router seems to be reaching all the way. I've got 2 on there, both doing the same thing. All these are extract from top sides, and the only upgrade they've got is a bandwidth, which is blaze powder. Let's check band. That one, bandwidth, blaze powder, dark iron, and an egg. So that's the only upgrade they need. That makes it move stacks at a time. So extract from top sides. As you see, these are all by default top and bottoms. They're extract. So I've just set it all to extract from top. And precision import buses set to move stacks. Brings it into a little ME network I've set up here. I've added a few bits here. So we've got a little ME network, so a controller. I made an ultimate hybrid just to run it. And we've got a little molecular assembler chamber here, which was running too slow, so I added a bit more to it. So this has got one crafting, so it's got one pattern provider in there, and 1, 2, 3 inside there. There's 3 CPUs to make it craft a little bit quicker. Still not quick enough. The guy, this is from a forum thread, of course, why I'm doing this. Feed the Beast forum thread. It's about making Octuple compressed cobblestone, that stuff. You see there, oh, you can't actually see there, but you can see in here. That takes 43 million cobble, so it's just for the sake of doing it. The guy who started the forum thread is molecular assembler chamber's got 99 crafting CPUs in it now, and he's up to 3. He's got 3 of these made, so he's up to 129 million plus cobble he's got going. So what I've got is I've got 1 million in there. This was no way keeping up, so what I've done is I had the patterns for all these in here. So I had the single one there, that's 6. That just takes cobble into the 9. That takes a 9 into the 81. What I did was, first of all, I've got a 64k storage thing in there. That just filled up so quick, which blocked the system up. I had 500k normal cobble in there, which filled it up. So I've added a deep storage unit for the cobble on its own. That's just normal standard cobble, with a storage bus there, set to cobblestone, of course. That's got a higher priority than this, so cobble won't go into here, standard cobble won't go into here. This is just for the upgraded stuff. I've got an access terminal, of course, so we can see it. I've got a crafting monitor so you can see what's crafting. I've just set it to craft 1 of these Octuple, so it's working its way towards crafting 1 of them. And as long as I don't reset the system, I'll keep going. That's just a storage monitor to see how much, just to show how much cobble is in the system. As you can see, there's over 1 million in there at the minute. There's 1.4 million nearly cobble in there. So this is not keeping up at all. So basically what I need this to be quicker, which means increasing the Mac. Or the other way I could do it is by using cyclic assemblers. So that's what I've done here. So this, because of course that's IC2, and a cyclic assembler is MJ's, I've used our old friend power converters. IC2, high voltage consumer, energy bridge, BC producer, feeding MJs into the back of the cyclic assembler, and that is what's changing the cobble into, well, you can see that. That's changing cobble into the single compressed. So that's how we're getting that. I think I need to do the second tier the same, because it's not keeping up, as you can see. We're not getting nowhere near enough. But if you do look in here, what we have got is, up to now, we have got 1 of the septuple compressed cobblestone, which is 4.7 million cobblestone in 1 block there. So we've got 1 of the tier below. We need another 8 of them to make 1 of them. This has been running since yesterday. There we go. That's just my little fun project as the server's getting near, I guess maybe near the end of its life. Once we finish the Titan, once I go on holiday, by the time I come back we should have 1.6, I hope. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make more of these. That's 512. I plan to have a lot more right on the top, and maybe have another tier further down. And I plan to build a big pyramid on top of here, maybe out of gold, don't know yet. Someone said gold wasn't fancy enough for me, but if you think about it, that floor there is 64 by 64, which is 4,096 blocks, which is a lot of blocks, and that's just a flat floor. You think a pyramid's going to take more, so it's going to take quite a lot more than a flat surface, and that's just blocks. If it goes gold blocks 4096 times that by 9, what's that, 36. That's going to need 36,000 gold blocks just to make a flat floor this size. So a gold pyramid is still quite extravagant if I make a gold pyramid here. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll add another cyclic assembler for the tier 2, then hopefully the tier 3 maybe to keep up. But it's just not quick enough, you see. Just can't deal with it. Right, anyway, there we go. I'm going to wrap up the episode there. I hope it wasn't too boring. If you don't like Dartcraft, it's going to be a bit of a boring episode. I've not got any building done. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. And I hope you appreciate my insanity just for the sake of it here. There's no real reason to do this other than being insane. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I see you soon. Cheers. Oops, that seems to cut off a bit quick there. I've added another cyclic assembler just to speed this up a bit, and the cobble is actually going down now. You see, look, 1.387, and it's going to go down 1.386, and for some reason the video's at over 50 minutes long. I apologise for the long length, and I hope to see you next time. Cheers. Bye.